Morning, everybody. Kendall here. I've been talking a lot about relationship this week. A lot about relationship. When to get out of relationship. Morning, Addison. I'm talking about when to get out of relationship and talking about, how relationship changes as we age, as we mature, how we get really right with why we do relationship. I think yesterday that was one of my prompts to you guys, was to ask yourself, why do I do relationship? At the end of the prompt, you definitely should be coming back to, I do relationship because relationship makes me happy. I'm here for my happiness. That's why I do relationship, because if you get real and right down to it, that's why any of us have a relationship. It's because we're looking for happiness. We're looking for connection, for joy. It's in how relationship makes us feel. And sometimes when relationship doesn't make us feel good anymore, and it becomes a habit, then we have to start to ponder and think about if we want to keep that relationship or not. So that's what's been on the forefront of different things this week, is a lot of relationship talk. And relationship is everything to us. We have relationship with our health, relationship with our money, relationship with other people, relationship with what we, our desires, our dreams, our goals. We have a relationship with spirit, with soul, with God, and we have the most important relationship of all, the relationship with self. So yesterday, after conscious coffee, I went and I was running around and doing a whole bunch of stuff. It was not a big work day for me in the essence of like working with clients or anything. I actually really didn't get much done at all in that category, which is just the way some days go, right? But I had a relationship-rich day. I went out with one of my oldest girlfriends. Good morning, Craig. Good morning, Steve. I went out with one of my oldest girlfriends that I've had since I first moved to Texas. Her and I have been friends. There's a beautiful, beautiful soul. And my oldest daughter and her baby and my 4-year-old. So we all went out to lunch yesterday and just enjoyed a beautiful lunch, conversation, laughter, connection. And then we all went to Costco together and did like this massive Costco shopping trip, which was needed. And then off to pick up my 6-year-old from school, and back home. And as I was unloading the back of my car from all the Costco stuff, the boxes and boxes, my oldest daughter, she lives right next door to me. So we share a fence line, literally, we share a fence line. And she had dragged a whole bunch of stuff over, but there was still stuff left in the back of my car. So I was bringing some stuff over to her. And I was walking down our alleyway from her house to my house. And it was just such a beautiful day out. The sun was shining, just this beautiful, there was just like, it just like I said yesterday, it was a perfect autumn day. And the leaves just kind of just cascading down. It was just like, it was something like just really out of a beautiful movie, quite literally. It was beautiful. And as I rounded into my driveway, my heart just filled with gratitude. It completely filled with gratitude. And I thought to myself, I am so rich in relationship. I am just so rich in this category. Just a massive amount of blessing and abundance here. And I couldn't help but just smile. There was nobody around me. Nothing to do there. I was just smiling because I was thinking about, like, right now, last year I felt the same way. And maybe it's something to do with fall. Fall always puts me into a state of gratitude and just really analyzing the whole year and kind of just really quickly seeing how amazing the year has been. And last year I remember I was just really there was a lot of critical things happening at this time of the year last year, but at the same time there was great joy and happiness that came with that, and gratitude for everything that had happened. I found myself once again in this, but this time really, really focusing in on relationship richness, from having the amazing relationships with my children, amazing relationships with friends, having an incredible man in my life, having amazing clients right now. Sometimes I get, like a group of clients that just are not doing their work, and I love them to death. But it's amazing to watch people. I mean, truly, at the end of the day, the best part of being a coach, in my opinion, is to see people transform, to see people really step into themselves, to see them grow and expand and watch them heal and just do what they didn't even know they were capable of, and experience things that they might have always known, but they didn't even know that they knew. One of those things. And right now I just have this group of clients that I just want to like go ooh, ooh, ooh to, because they are all amazing, amazing, dynamic people. So I was just in gratitude for all of that in this moment, and it made me realize truly how blessed that is, because I do work with people who don't have this richness in their relationships. They don't have the quality, the depth, the intimacy with all these different people. And it's proven over and over again that the healthiest people, life longevity, is based, one of the key factors to life longevity is our relationships. For us women, more importantly than our relationship with the masculine is our relationship with the feminine. And when we have strong relationships with other women as women, it gives us much more longevity, more well-being overall. We are in a better mental state. It balances our hormones. It does all this kind of stuff. But that's not just, oh, I have a bunch of friends. That's, I have good quality, deep, intimate relationships. For men, it's equal. You guys need relationship with other men. And then we have, for all the same reasons I just went through for us women, it gives you longevity. It helps you with your psychological, mental, emotional states of being. Your overall well-being is based mostly on the relationships that you're having. If you don't have a few good quality, deep relationships and connections with the same sex, and then with the opposite sex, and that's more so than just your significant partner. Like, anybody who knows me knows that I have lots of male friends. Some may be old lovers, some not old lovers, but I have like these beautiful, beautiful quality relationships with men and with women. And it is so powerful for us to do that and to not get caught up on some of the egotistical things that we get caught up on, especially when we deal with opposite sex. And at the opposite sex, we get caught up on, oh, you can't be friends with anybody in opposite sex. You must only be friends. You must only be that connective tool with your significant other. Otherwise, you must be cheating on them. Otherwise, there's potential for this to happen or that to happen. Loss, fear, abandonment, jealousy. All this stuff typically kicks in relationship, and that's not healthy. It's not healthy. That's just showing one person's insecurities, but it's limiting the other person's well-being. And this is about well-being, okay? This is about well-being, because when we have a beautiful state of well-being, that's where the magic happens. That's where we can call in the miracles. That's where abundance flows. That's where creativity flows. That's where health, that's where money comes from a state of well-being. If we are not living in a state of well-being, then that other stuff, it's not going to come to us. You cannot draw in abundance in any fashion or form if you're not living in a really good state of well-being. So the better quality the relationships that we have with both the same sex and the opposite sex, the more state of well-being we are. And then guess what? Then there comes the relationship with self again, right? And we have to be relationship rich in all these departments. And rich does not mean I have 100 best friends. No, it's not that at all. It means that I have a handful of really good, rich, deep, quality relationships. And outside of that handful of rich, deep, quality relationships, I have this another circle of people that are really quite close, that are supportive, and I have this community aspect. It doesn't mean that you have to go to a bunch of community events. It doesn't mean that you have to be wrapped up in your church or your spiritual group or any of that kind of stuff. It just means community means that you have more than one that you lean on, more than one that you can truly connect with. Here comes the rain. Here comes the rain. Which is why I got black and white, because the lighting sucks right this very second. Just the way it's coming through. Anyway, hold on. Addison. Women that have strong female friendships beat the odds of cancer by 60% more than those without. That's stupid. There are so many kinds of the masculine and feminine that we need to be fed by multiples. Yes, 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 yes. So relationship richness means quite literally quality of relationship, okay? It's not a numbers, it's not quantity, it is quality. But it does mean more than one, okay? So this is where we actually fall in love with multiple people. This is where, to put it into sexual terms, this is where we human beings kind of get polyamorous in our friendships, in our connections. Because poly means to love more than one. It does not mean that we must have sex with more than one. It means that we love more than one. It means that we are community focused, okay? And poly also focuses in on richness, on depth, on connection, on intimacy. And I'm not telling you to go out and have a bunch of sensual, sexual relationships here. I am telling you that you need to explore the quality of the relationships that you're having and ask yourself, are my relationships surface? Why am I having this relationship? Would I consider this a rich relationship or not so much on the richness? How much do I actually trust? How much do I actually like? How much do I enjoy this relationship? What am I bringing to the table and what am I gaining from the relationship? Because both of those are equally important. If you're just in a relationship just to say I have a relationship and to be able to have a sounding board where you're not doing the inquiry but you're always sharing what's going on in your life, then you're not really there for the relationship. You're there to basically drain. So it's like you are tapping into that relationship bank account and you're taking, but you're never depositing. And it's really important to deposit and to take out from the bank account of friendship there, of relationship, okay? When we have, and much like Addison has pointed out here, 60% more, less likely to get cancer, women who have good, strong female relationships. You know, funny enough, there was this, many years ago, I did some research. My mom had gotten breast cancer. And I did some research on breast cancer, and I tracked breast cancer back to like 500 BC in China. I went through some old medical texts and documents of breast cancer back then, and what the old Chinese doctors discovered way back then. I'm moving. What the Chinese doctors discovered back then was that women were more likely to get breast cancer if they didn't have healthy relationships with the significant men in their life. And what they saw was that, and they had another term obviously for breast cancer, but basically it was these lumps that was forming in the woman's breasts and chests, and they were developing into women that had really crappy relationships with their fathers, with their brothers, and with their husbands. And when they were harboring ill feelings towards these three men in their life, what ended up happening was they shut down the energy center in their chest and they developed breast cancer. So I look at it and I go, anywhere in the you know, if you get into the energetic field, if you get into the metaphysical world, new agey stuff, we talk chakras and everything like that, or tantric based work, we talk chakras, and this is the heart center, right? And the heart center, did you know that our hearts actually put out more energy than our brains do, than our this space? This space puts out more energy. So our energetic field that comes from our heart center is I think it's like 10,000 times. Don't quote me on that. But if I remember right, it's like 10,000 times more energy comes from this space than from this space. And what that tells you is that this space is really, really important, right? So this is our heart space. This is where the feeling of love comes from. This is where the feeling of connection. When we talk about broken heart, when we talk about, you know, heart warming, all this kind of stuff, that is connection, it's relationship. And when we are doing good in relationship with the same sex or with the opposite sex, this space is healthier. Okay? It's healthier. And when we just hide it away and don't support it, and don't speak our truth of it, and don't allow ourselves to feel those emotions, because in our world today, we're not allowed to feel emotion without people judging us, without society judging us. We're told that emotion is unsafe, that it's not healthy, that there's something wrong with us if we're emotional, right? But we are built to feel all scales of emotion. All scales of emotion are positive emotion if we allow ourselves to embody ourselves fully and to feel. Because anything that we're embodying and feeling in the moment, we're actually harboring, we're holding on to, we're burying it, and that's where dis-ease in the body comes. Is from us hiding our emotions and not speaking our truth. Which comes back to being rich in relationship, right? To have a rich relationship with somebody means that we can be in integrity, means that we can sit down and have a difficult conversation with them, that we can share where we're at, what we're liking, what we're not liking, that we can discuss our needs, our desires, our dreams with that relationship or for ourselves, and that we are actually connecting, inquiring, and giving and receiving in that relationship. That we're having compassion for our humanness and for their humanness. That's what rich relationship is. It's not, hey, did you catch the latest series on here? Or did you, how'd you feel about Joker, the movie, right? I mean, since I just went and saw Joker the other night. But, that's surface level stuff. No, actually getting in there and letting yourself be seen. Letting yourself be felt. A rich relationship allows that. There's beautiful, beautiful healing potential in our relationships, but we've got to let that in. So today, before I totally get soaked here, I ask you can be in integrity with this person, that you can go deep, that they can support you there. How much trust do you really truly have in that relationship? And vulnerability, okay? Because that's what makes a rich relationship, is how vulnerable you can be, how much trust you have in that person, in yourself, in the relating, and in the relationship itself. So get real about your relationships and really truly do the work around that. And then look for a way to deepen your relationships with the people that you have. And if you find that you don't have any deep relationships, it's time to level them up. It's time to get real with them and either deepen the ones that you have, or let them go to a degree, put them outward, don't consider them really close relationships, or go find some good, deep relationships, because you do deserve that. You are worthy of that. And that is going to give you a fuck yes life. So, okay guys, the rain is coming and I've got chitlins to deal with. I love you guys. Make sure that you guys get that stuff done. And as always, stop existing, start living. If I said anything in this Conscious Coffee that touched you in any fashion or form, make sure to hit the share button. Thank you for sharing your comments. If you're catching this on the replay, let me know that you've caught it on the replay, and let me know your thoughts about relationship and about just some of the stuff that I've said in here. I will be doing Conscious Coffee tomorrow from Belize. Ooh. So, catch you from a beach tomorrow. I love you guys, and I will see you